wish anyone to cross my path.
The blood that flows through her veins is special, and extremely dangerous. If showing pity would put my allies in danger, I will not hesitate to kill her.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem Three Houses. We have just kind of actually crushed the first mission of the adult campaign. Holy wow.
How fortuitous that you students should gather at the monastery like this.
We made a promise with the professor. That was 5 years ago to the very day.
We all gave our promise to be meeting here when the Millennium Festival arrived.
And it is actually... what is going on with Hubert? Like, even Edelgard showed up. She then teleported away, but she showed up. Where's Hubert?
Though the one who came up with that plan is not here. Edelgard. Still, how incredible that those present gathered despite the terrible state of things.
The most incredible part of it is that you didn't oversleep and miss the reunion.
So, that is the reason.
That is a great line, Caspar.
Professor, the monastery is safe because of your devoted students.
See? It ended up pretty well, didn't I?
I am now fully convinced that you are the only one who can save Fodlan.
So, and I know that you guys are going to give me shit about this in the comments, and I completely deserve it. But because Seth was so hard on me at the beginning, it actually does make me be like, aw, that he actually, like, fully accepts me now. I had to work for this asshole. This thing is a bit far.
No, not so.
Oh, yes, so.
On the very day I return to Garreg-Mach, you awaken and return as
Your
well.
ass hasn't been here for 5 years.
This is no mere coincidence, but rather the work of the goddess.
Hey, why did you show up? You weren't part of this.
Actually, well, it will be easier to just show you. Come with me to the Holy Mausoleum. I realize that since you've been slumbering for so long, you have no idea what has transpired in the various territories.
Again, I love this how they just actually just completely accept, okay, you were asleep.
Allow me to explain. After the Battle of Garreg-Mach, there was a change of regime in the kingdom. House Blaiddyd suffered a series of brutal massacres, which claimed the lives of Dimitri and Regent Rufus.
I do have to wonder if Dimitri's actually dead in this one. Because I noticed in the preview it was the exact same, where they said his execution has been ordered, but they didn't actually say he was executed.
The kingdom capital fell, and was absorbed into the Empire as the Fargus Dukedom, which is now under Cornelia's control.
I really liked killing her. I hope I get to kill her again.
Some still resist the Empire. As of now, Rodrigue of House Fraldarius is at the center of such efforts. In the Alliance, Claude leads the faction that opposes the Empire, and Lawrence leads those who have sided with them. The front lines are ever in motion, but the war effort has stagnated overall. In short, both the Kingdom and the Alliance have been swallowed up by the Empire and are on the verge of collapse. We must gather our generals and soldiers under your command and reverse this dire situation.
Well, I mean, we've already got... Actually, no, I shouldn't say that, because, like, literally two people in this room are going to be, like, on the battleground with me.
Flayn, look! The professor has returned to us!
What do you mean? Oh, goodness! It really is you, Professor!
What are you talking about? Oh, okay, apparently the thing you said is actually true!
I cannot believe you are still of this world! We were so worried we would never see you again! I forgot something important at the Holy Mausoleum. I told my brother that I had to go back for it no matter what, and so here I am.
After we finished here, we were going to continue our search for Rhea.
So basically, the entire reason Seth showed up and helped me with that battle is because his daughter is forgetful.
But now that you are here, things have changed. We must not waste this opportunity. We shall send word to the knights scattered all across the land. The time has come for the Knights of Seiros to return to action. We are counting on you, Professor.
Part 2. Silver Snow. Guardian Moon. A king without a kingdom. Having parted ways with Edelgard, former students of the Black Eagle House now work alongside the Knights of Seiros at Garreg Mach. They begin to create a resistance army strong enough to take on her Imperial forces.
Awesome. There's no mysterious teacher again. I do have to legit wonder what the point of that is. I have never fully been able to figure it out. Like, it's like, oh, your guys are stronger. I'm like, yeah, I know. Why do you think you're helping me? I don't get it.
Ah, thank the goddess. I couldn't bear the thought of letting Gerald down by not finding you.
Guess you lucked out.
I mean, I had the protection of the goddess, although granted Shamir's not going to listen to that.
We've been looking everywhere for you. But I see Lady Rhea isn't with you. Damn.
Everyone was real worried about you, Professor.
Seta told us everything. From here on out, you will have our aid.
Huzzah!
I am so grateful that everyone is safe. I am sorry things are moving so rapidly, but there is something we must discuss. Come with me. The time has come to make our true stand against the Empire.
I'm not going to say that.
Our base will be Garreg Mach Monastery.
Well, of course.
The interior is in less than prime condition, but we should be able to utilize it much the same as we had before.
Surely those Imperial jerks have this place staked out, right? It's a highly strategic location.
It may be an area of importance, but it is far removed from the front lines.
They don't consider a force actually existing there, although they will figure it out before too long.
Considering the burden of transport, it is possible they are not paying too much attention to it.
They're definitely paying attention to it considering I met Edelgard here.
Nothing escapes the Emperor. There must at least be a spy or two.
Professor, what do you think?
Yeah. I worry about supplies because I happen to know what's going to happen.
Your concern is valid. However, the town and surrounding hamlets are still present. And though far from abundant, the church still has funds at its disposal.
That's true. Professor, I think we can leave expanding our army to my brother.
Alright.
He was always good at negotiating, and I believe he is best suited to the task.
In that case, I have a request. Please allow my soldiers to join your ranks as well. House Sire already tried taking on the Emperor. As a result, our territory was stolen from us. As a consequence, I do not have many soldiers left to speak of, but those I have are yours to command.
I feel like I should tell you that I've been protecting some kids who lost their parents in the war.
Good for you. You're a good person.
They're in the town right now, but maybe we can move them to the monastery? I'm sure they'd be happy to chip in however they can.
Awesome.
Yes, I understand. I will make the necessary arrangements.
I nabbed some valuables from my house. Father is with the Emperor now, so...
That's hilarious, actually.
It's not much, but it's yours.
I don't have a thing to contribute. In fact, I'm still in my same old clothes.
I've been
wandering on my own for 5 years. I won't go back to that house or my father, that's for sure.
I don't really blame you for that.
I understand. Leave it to me. No labor is too great if it means saving Fodlan.
Looks like I've got them all.
Okay, I'm actually really glad that we're getting this already.
Nah, just wrapped up what I was doing. Need something, friend?
Sorry, I'm being slightly distracted. Okay, go back to this. I think I've seen this already.
Oh, you mean this?
Oh, what the heck,
I
we
used
need to watch
write
it again.
down
There
the
is not
names
to.
of everyone I've lost over the years. We lost a lot of lives back in the war. Some of them were only with me a little while. Some of them were family to me. Is what I write in this one. I used the old one to practice writing like the Elder taught me, way back when. Then, I repurposed it. Somewhere along the way, I figured I should record the names of those I've lost. The ones I failed to protect.
I don't like this, that he blames himself for tragedy. Like, he didn't cause tragedy.
There's nothing we can do for the dead. Not in this world. Not really, anyway. And it's not like we know what happens after. So writing their names down here, that's all just for me. For the one who's still around. After all, they deserve to be remembered. Even if they're not here to see it. We all shared the same dream. They lost their lives to build that dream. And as their leader, it's on me to remember them. However I can.
Alright. I'm into it.
Oh, you think so, do you? And here I thought I was just the heartless villain in your eyes.
I never called you that. Okay, maybe heartless.
Well, anyway, make of my notebook what you will. It doesn't matter much to me. If you go before I do, I'll make sure to add you in here as well.
Even know my last name?
You may not be one of my people per se. At this point, I do have to admit that I can count on you. I kinda get the sense that if I hang around you, that dream I've been grasping for will become all the more real.
Alright.
So, do me a favor and don't go dying on me, okay?
Do my best. Same to you.
It'd take a lot to get rid of me. I was born under a particularly lucky star. Cat got your tongue. Looks like you want to say something but don't know how. That again? You don't give up easy.
I mean, I wasn't going to ask, but then you literally pried it out of me.
Alright, alright. I'll toss you a bone. My name's not actually my name. But it's the one I'm enrolled with here at the Academy. The one I've hung on to as the adoptee of House Row. Come to think of it, the last I heard someone use my real name was... a very long time ago. From my mom. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll tell you. Perhaps if you decide to pursue that dream alongside me, you'll find out.
Hey, anything's possible. Sure, why not? I'm gonna run out of tea, though. I do not have a lot.
I'm here. Thank you.
Man, if I had a birthday and someone was like, would you like to have tea? I'd be like, no. A, there's a pandemic on, and B, seriously? Give me cake!
Yes. Wow.
I'm happy you use almost always the right answer.
Wow.
I thought she was a cat person.
Wow. When I'm here, I feel like I can forget about fighting, even if just for a moment.
Oh, really? I'm supposed to laugh at that? Haha, you think you can get away from fighting.
Thank you for the treat.
Okay, so yeah, freaking level 30 beast mode. Can't actually go for any of these. And actually, just about all of them are actually weaker than the enlightened one, so I guess it doesn't matter. And no one else... actually, Petra is surprisingly close to 30. And she also won't be changing class, so whatever. Out of curiosity, do we have any... There is Dividing the World. Okay, so we still have that one. I won't show that one on camera, because again, that's where you have to go over Pilgrim's Locket, and Holst can't show up, so we have to do it for him. Like, we've done it before. Okay, so as normal, I'm not going to necessarily do all of these, because I'm not. I'm going to pretty much straight ignore everyone except for the people that we're actually working on, because everyone else we've basically already done. So, Leone, if she had some, I would look at her. Petra. Petra, I will look at. Okay, you have your last one, Shamir. I've probably already seen it, but this is like completeness.
Can I be having your time? There is a thought that is giving me great
Plus, again, this is the like run through for the characters I really like. So yeah, I'll pay attention to the characters that I've chosen as the representatives, and probably Shamir. Because I'm not actually fielding Shamir because she already was fielded for several playthroughs.
Let's hear it, Petra.
If Dagda is ever invading Fodlan again, what will you be doing?
I'd join the army of Dagda. I'd lay waste to Fodlan and return to my homeland.
If that is the truth, then I am having one more question for you. If that was happening, and all of us were fighting for Fodlan, would you be fighting us too?
Of course. You expect me to die for you? You should be prepared to do the same. Your homeland would likely join Dagda.
So, that is your truth.
Oh my gosh, I remember this now. I hate that line.
Maybe. If you'd asked me 5 years ago.
Hmm?
I've been a mercenary since childhood, always fighting for a bounty. If my allies didn't pay, I'd side with the enemy. It's why I became a sniper. Easier to dispose of anyone with a reward on their head. It's also why I joined the Knights of Saros. I owed them a debt.
I like how she says owed.
But that's all changed.
You are not fighting for money now?
That's right. When I see everyone fighting for Fodlan, I feel inclined to help. I won't die for the cause, but I will protect everyone. If the army of Dagda engaged you, I'd fight at your side.
That's interesting. So yeah, if it was a fight between like the Empire, she joined Dagda. If it was a fight with the Knights.
Hearing that is it gives me great joy. Until the war is finished, let us fight together.
Okay. And then Sedith is... So basically all of the knights in the center I'm paying attention to. Like every one of them, and then these Asher Wolves at the bottom I'm paying attention to. Okay, Felix also... I'm like, I have not actually seen my Golden Deer representative.
How are you, Catherine? You look well enough.
Oh, yes, I'm fine. Never better.
That is good. I cannot help but be concerned, given your tendency toward incautious behavior. While boldness can be a virtue, I do hope you will bear in mind that recklessness is not. A moment's negligence can lead to a mortal wound for even the most skilled fighter.
You worry too much. If they saw me in action, the wounds themselves would cower.
That is precisely the attitude that worries me, especially given your history. You have been gravely injured before, as you no doubt recall.
That's not something you forget.
Me? Gravely injured?
Okay, maybe that's something you forget.
You mean you have forgotten? It was during your days as a student at the Officers' Academy. There was an excursion, a monster hunt. You charged ahead and left your fellow students behind. You ended up alone and surrounded. You almost died. Do you truly
Yeah, I'm very confused as to why she doesn't remember this.
Are you sure? All I remember is cutting down monsters left and right.
That is true enough, but you nearly bled to death in the aftermath.
Yeah, but that was after she lost consciousness.
The Archbishop was so concerned for your life that she tended your wounds personally.
Oh, that was when that happened. Finally! It all fits
I
together.
think I've seen this before, but it cracks me up.
Lady Rhea looking after me. Now that I remember clearly. That was the first time she ever spoke to me. I was lying on the ground, caked in mud, and she gently picked me up, even stroked my hair. The emotions were so overpowering that they must have just cleared away my memory of the whole incident. So it was during the monster hunt. Thanks, Sedith. That's been bothering me for ages.
That is not quite why I brought it up.
Come to think of it, Lady Rhea hasn't healed me since then. We've got to find Lady Rhea, and then maybe someday she'll honor me like that again.
Now she's going to charge even harder when Rhea's around. In the hopes that Rhea will, like, mend her again. Right, Blaine also has. Blaine has a couple of them. Oh, wow, rank A's. And, again, these are rank A's that are actually legit because you didn't have access to Blaine in the other playthrough. There's no way I could have, like, finished them.
Flayn, I hope you will allow me to apologize.
Why would you need to do that?
Last time, when I was working on my armor, you could
Oh,
have
I
been
remember this now.
gravely
That's a long
injured.
time ago.
You have been avoiding me ever since, so I want to reiterate how very sorry I am.
I'm not sure that's entirely the case.
So you are not avoiding me?
To be perfectly honest, I felt a bit embarrassed. When you embraced me before, it really caught me off guard. You're surprisingly strong for how slender you appear.
Yeah, he's a cavalier.
Anyway, it all got me rather flustered.
Oh, I see. Well, I do train quite often. On the battlefield, it is perfectly common to lift up a wounded comrade.
That was not the battlefield, sir. Sir!
It has nothing to do with your gender. In the heat of the moment, I pay no attention to such things. That is, how I would explain it.
But you're not going to because it's a bold-faced lie?
I see. So you have a well of strength for embracing people, it seems.
Well, I would not put it like that. Usually, when I embrace people, it is in the context of battle.
Is that so? So the embrace was nothing more than a rescue. Perhaps I was flustered needlessly.
Yep, you're blowing it, dude.
I wonder if you would consider embracing me when my life is not in peril.
Huh? Why?
Because
Dum
I'd
dum.
like to feel that way again. That's why. How about it? Or is your capacity for embracing limited exclusively
Oh my gosh,
to
this is
warfare?
so awkward.
Oh, I see what is going on here. I had forgotten how charmingly ethereal you can be. Very well. As per your request, I shall embrace you
What
again.
the hell even is this?
I'm delighted. Does right now work for you?
You don't have to make an appointment.
Why, of course. Easily done. Although, perhaps we shouldn't tell Sedith.
Agreed. Better to let this be our little secret.
Well, no better place to keep a secret than the middle of an open courtyard with people all around. Not that I see them, but I'm sure there's somebody. And of course, they can't actually animate the embrace, because that would cost money. I'm so mean to this game.
Reading anything interesting?
Freaking Lindhart.
Oh, good day, Linhart. At the moment, I'm simply browsing history books. Reading these, it's easy to imagine what it would feel like to exist long ago.
Fodlan's history spans thousands of years. We're lucky to have so many detailed records of our past. I have knowledge of how people lived, who they loved, what wars they fought, and why. But I'd never describe it as feeling like I was living in the past.
Well, Blaine has a very vivid imagination.
And why not? It's only a figure of speech.
About our shared crests.
Goodness, this again?
There's an experiment I wish to attempt, although it might prove to be a bit troublesome.
You're a bit troublesome.
A troublesome experiment? You know I do not like pain.
Pain? No, there won't... Well, I'm unsure of the results, but that's why they call it an experiment.
Oh my gosh, you are so bad at this.
It would, of course, require that you and I get married.
Wait, what the hell?
I beg your pardon?
Excusing of me?
Yes. If bearers of major and minor Cethline crests reproduce...
What the... Lindhart! No! Bad.
What crest would the offspring possess, if any? I must know, and thought the question might pique your interest as well.
Sir, you cannot tell me in the history of the world there has not been a case where someone with major and minor crests have gotten married. You don't need to bang... Ugh.
Are you actually speaking about a hypothetical future with me? Involving... children?
Yes. Such parentage has never been documented. A whole new field of research awaits.
Hey, baby. You know, in the entirety of history, you and I have never gotten it on. This is a new experience that has never been seen. Does he... seriously? What?
It would be a worthy experiment, and we need only 5 or so children for a good sample size.
You can hit him. There's a candelabra right there. I won't tell.
Do you mind going back to what you mentioned earlier?
Pardon? Which part?
The part about marrying and having children. I've always believed, rather firmly, that marriage is something between two people who love one another.
What a weird idea that is completely accurate.
I like you well enough to advance a field of study to previously unknown heights. How do you feel?
What the actual F?
This is the first I've heard of such a thing from you.
Do you imagine I've spent all this time talking to you because Anyway, I'm pretty worn out now, so let's continue this conversation another time.
I just dropped the controller. I apologize.
Does conversing with me tire you out so much?
Talking to anybody tires me out. Thinking, putting thoughts into words, opening my mouth, all tiring. Do give some thought to my proposal. Think of how far we could advance crest research, you and I.
You are so bad at this.
Experimental marriage and children? He likes me? I don't understand. I don't understand at all.
Yeah, it's really weird, and I would not read it too much into it. Wow. That's all I have to say, is wow. Okay, we can finally see this one. I know we've seen it before. I don't care.
That battle was a decent challenge, but when push came to shove, they didn't have a chance. Before long, all of the church's enemies will have been destroyed.
You must really love worshipping the church. Or is it just Rhea?
Lady Rhea. You're the only one in the Knights who doesn't address her with the proper respect. It's not just that I worship Lady Rhea. I respect her, admire her, revere her.
I don't get the Seros religion. Or Rhea.
Shamir, if you were anyone else, I would cut you down for saying that.
Which is why I have a hard time getting behind Catherine. Like, you don't understand this religion? You should die. No, that's not the way this works.
She saved your life.
She did, and that's why I fight for her. Doesn't mean I worship her.
You never change. You're so stubborn.
You're the stubborn one. When we're on missions related to Rhea, it's like you're wearing blinders. Wanting to help her is admirable, but you'll be of no use if you get yourself killed.
I don't plan on getting killed. And it's not that I'm wearing blinders. I'm just focused. I've devoted my heart to Lady Rhea. She's the reason I wield my sword.
As long as you don't get killed or cause me any trouble, I don't really care.
Well, you should.
So my death would cause you trouble?
That's not what I meant.
Let's give it a rest. There's no point in arguing.
Fine, but I want you to know something.
All right, I'm listening.
It's not easy to put your life in the hands of someone who doesn't share your beliefs.
I understand. I think we can both agree on that.
I really like the one that comes after this. Which we will definitely see, because we're pushing that one like heck. Oh, also has Caspar. I'm pretty sure, I'm almost positive we've seen Caspar before.
Caspar, how have you been?
Oh, Shamir.
Yep, we've seen this one. Which is not surprising, like, those guys is kind of why I'm skipping them. So, Bernadetta, rank A. I'm pretty sure we've seen this one too. This is where they find out.
Frigid ocean waters. I can feel
Yep, we've seen this one as well. Sorry for, like, rushing. I said that we would kind of watch all of them, because these are people I really like. But then we're also at 30 minutes already, and I still have a lot of the individual social links to find, and I'm just like, ah! You know what? Actually, no. We will catch this next episode, because good lord. Good lord. See you next time, guys. I'm sorry, I'm trying to, like, hurry through this, but I'm also trying not to... It doesn't do any good if I'm rushing past content and we're not actually getting to enjoy it.